Hi, and welcome to Friday's channeling of Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all had a great Merry Christmas, and we'll have a New Year's coming up. We'll see you after the New Year, so have a Happy New Year's as well. I think that's it. Yeah, we just had an awesome. So let's enjoy Pumpernickel. Here she comes. Greetings to you all. I know you don't like truths that are the changed truths. See, you must understand, no matter how much you convince yourself, no how much you fight it, your truth is your reality. That's how it works. Then you have an opportunity to choose. Choice. Always choice, new, now, always. And you look at yourself in contemplation, negotiations with your worthiness, contemplation for other people's benefit or possibility of offering them despair through your actions. But your actions are choice of self-preservation most of the time, aren't they? To keep yourself in the good lights of acceptability of others so you can make yourself feel worthy, the dependencies of your truths that you have been so fervently fighting for every day, looking and seeking for ways to acknowledge your worthiness through the co-creation dependency of other lackful gods. I wonder who's going to be the next god to wake up. All of you are the same potential. And I don't mean wake up in a new destination of hope, a new destination of an outcome. I'm not talking about that waking up. That is an idea. It does work. It is a relationship. It is perfect harmony. And I'm talking about waking up to the self that is allowed to come and express. You have woken your own God self once again within the conscious self-awareness. You, the one you define every day as whatever it is. You label yourself as A, B, or C, it matters not, but that self is birthed through and says, when is it your time? And then the mind fights gallantly for its truths. Once again, it debates and measures its choices. It outweighs itself most of the time with what? Best for the whole picture. Never best for you, I dare say. Most of the time you give in to the idea of what you know as your truth. Is that wrong? Of course not. But it is awareness to make a different choice. See, all truths are your joy, are your love, are your way you express reality. Every single one of them. It cannot be different than that. That's the law. I choose, I am reality. I choose my truth. Although your fractal mind is in time and it has secondary thoughts against the choice made in the now, it is you who have already chosen. And you've arrived at the wonderful now to understand your choices. And you have the choice to change your choices. But they have to be done with bravery, the virtue of courage at the testing point of now, to discover something different inside of you. The unknown God. You expect change to come your way, which is of course obtuse. Expectations of reality is your arrogance on what would be right, because it can't be wrong. There is no wrong, there is only your vibration. And I dare say, if you've been at this for a while, your expectations have only left you disappointed, maybe. You'll start to understand that you can't use your dreams and hopes and desires to create, because those are birthed from the mother of lack, creating realities of possibilities that are only encouched in hope. But never now, because now is right. It is life. It is perfection. It is I am. So when that self is discovered, because you're choosing some truths now that are beyond the truth of a status, and then you discover that self, and that self is painful, and that self is a wonderment why it's here, and that self goes, what is going on? Why did I deserve this? See, that's the torment being eradicated, because you're starting to do something for you. You're starting to become worthy. Tell me a God. Go ahead. Fight and argue with me. Tell me a God who is not worthy of its own choice, its own heart. You must know by now that the ultimate truth is all truths are true according to the eye of the beholder. I am that I am, so therefore I am. These are not to be discounted. You may discount them and choose your truth about them, and that is your ultimate truth, that you can do that. But there is no unworthy God. There is only choice to be unworthy in the idea of a separated self. But the desire is always known to the self to change that idea of unworthiness into the idea of worthy. See, your life can be that way. But it is unfamiliar, untested, unknown ground. And the fucking bastards taught you to fear the unknown, didn't they? They taught you to prepare for a better future. To maybe get your bunkers and your water supplies. To live underground for 3 years because death is right around the corner. To marry a partner that would be good in the zombie apocalypse. To protect you and your family. And oh my God, you can live that way, my darlings. Oh, please choose that truth, because you will get the world of that lack. You'll never get a zombie apocalypse, though. You only get the fear and continuation, so you can keep continuing to prepare for it. Because see, that's your truth. That's what you get to do because you are God. See, all of these are your truths to be. And when your truth comes up and says you're allowed to have another truth, and that truth is the unknown, and it doesn't have preparation, and it sure as hell doesn't have a vocabulary of references, I tell you what it's going to be like. Because all of your wonderment and possibilities and how it would be to live that is always interpreted from the mind of the past. The mind of experience from a lackful standpoint, birthed in the same manner of what might happen. See, it will not be that. It can't. If you trust, and maybe you don't, that reality is vibration, then how can vibration, chosen in worthiness, result in anything but the same equal? All of you be what you call, right now, honest. It's very difficult. It is because you are justifying your own ego, because that's the way you exist in relationship, is to have that discernment of self-preservation readily at hand to defend any kind of attack. This is not an attack. This is an offering. Be honest with yourself. Are things the same? And if they are, know that you have chosen the same. Change comes in unfamiliar ways, unexpected ways. Change comes as a thief in the night, and you do not recognize it. And it is most scary, it startles you. But it is your reality. It is the probability of your new vibration birthed in the now through what? Choice of self-worthiness. So does not lead to another world? A world with 10 billion probabilities instead of 10 million probabilities? Well, of course. You can't find that world in a dictionary. You can't find that world in English or any other language of definitions contained and couched in idea of dissertations and theories. That world is not found in the past. It is found in the now. It is found in the now of self-love, something you are scared of. scared to have the deserving life. All of you have been offered a beautiful moment, given you freely by an individual who was choosing to offer, to give, because it is their joy, and you question it in its immediacy. You wonder why this gift is here. See, that's the change. And it does not necessarily come in the offerings of people's gestures. It comes in the potential of the now that is unmasked, truly. It is unnoticed until it is vibrationally in your now. It has no leaders to give you a heads up. We are now beings. We are not thens. We are not gonna be's. We are now. It takes a lot of balls to get the now. It takes a lot of worthiness and bravery to choose. To let go of that self that fights and makes excuses for its own idiocy. Predicated, of course, on other people's research. And then, of course, you have justification in numbers. So you succumb to the mediocrity as all you deserve. But I know you're God. I do. That is my choice. Thank you. I see you that way. I don't see you in peril. I don't see you in arms of defense. I see you as naked and as vulnerable as I am. Because I have no walls or divisions. I have no flags or boundaries. I have no things to hide behind or fight for or protest about. I am the everlasting, unconditional, and you choose your truth about me. You bend me in whatever light you may do. You contort me in whatever figure you may, because I am harmony, and I can never be other than that I am, perfect. You can arrive at this once again, and then you will notice one thing that will scare the shit out of you. Your whole life has been perfect. It's never been what you thought it's been. It's been a fractal mind that measures it against the counteracting of the current status quo when it finds itself on the wrong side of the balanced scale. You'll see that you've always lived in harmony, that you've always been the perfection of the now, and there's never been a damn thing wrong or right in your life. It's always been the I am that you are. Discover this self. Take a fucking chance on yourself to let God in. God won't disappoint you. Only your mind of measurement does, because it has expectations and hopes of the unknown. It has worthiness of I deserve better because I've given so much effort and I expect some payback. And that is a give and take system of humanity. There is no give and take in the now. There is only unconditional. Start to be this an enactment of choice. I am worthy of the commandment of my own I am once again. And I shall not waver in the perils of my own demised mind, begging and borrowing me to come back to the comfort of numbers. I shall be my own beacon of light, and I shall shed my light upon others who choose to be the isness along my side, and we will only come once again, the unum of one. This is Pumpernickel. I love my name. I bid you a good day. I don't. I love your name too. Oh, beautiful, guys. Hey, thank you all for tuning in once again. We'll see you next week. I got a couple other little excerpts from Sly's class coming up from different speakers. We'll be putting those out. We just had a lot of people on vacation. I have a couple of people that work on them, and they've been Christmassy. So we'll get some more stuff up this week. I love you guys. Rock your reality. Bye.